Hey girl, I got your message. You said you just seen Sinners and you wanted a book with the same vibes. Well, let's get into it. Welcome to Sheeta's Narrated Nights. I'm Rashida. This is Sheeta's Narrated Nights. We're gonna get into the audio book, The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. And I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about me real quick. I only listen to audiobooks. I have a busy life. I do not have time to sit down and read a book, so we're going to talk about audiobooks and audiobooks only, mainly by Black authors. And we're just going to go on to some some thrillers, some spicy books, and whatever else I want to throw into there every other time I listen to a book. So, the first book we're going to talk about this week is The Reformatory. So, let me tell you, this book had me tore down, tore up from left to right, not knowing what's going on, who did what, and where the fuck did this ghost come from. Anyway, so it starts off about this 12-year-old boy and his sister, Gloria, and she's about 16 years old. And the 12-year-old boy name is Robbie, and he is living with his sister. Their dad moved away to Chicago because some mess had went down in the town that they're from, which is in Florida. And this is also 1950s, because so you already know this Jim Crow area, like they just got finished with slavery and everything is still pretty segregated. So the book go crazy. So they walk into school one day, and all of a sudden, this little white boy come out of nowhere trying to flirt with Gloria. So Robbie don't like how he looking at Gloria, so he proceeds to kick the little white boy. Of course, you can't kick no little white boy in Jim Crow, Florida. So they immediately arrest him. Plus, this little white boy is the son of some famous man in Florida who owned all of the land or whatever. And because Robbie daddy had did something, they don't even give him a trial. They just send him to this reformatory for little boys. So at this reformatory, it's ran by this white man who is literally out of his mind. The first time he meet Robbie, a little 12-year-old, after he just been sentenced here with no trial, no bail, no nothing, they just sent him right to the reformatory. All of a sudden, this white man tells him the first time he meets him that he killed his little sister when he was 5 years old. Crazy as hell. He killed his little sister. Robbie is like, what the hell? Like, where am I at? And how do I get out of here? On the first day, they like, oh, you need to get put into the into the kitchen so that you get food all the time and you don't have to work outside in the fields where it's real hot and they don't give you no breaks. So he like, okay, cool. So he goes straight work to the kitchen. He working in the kitchen. He see a ghost come out the side of the wall with a knife in his back. And he like, what in the world was that? They're like, yeah, that's the ghost. Him and it's another little boy and his homeboy. They're like, yeah, that's the ghost. He be kicking it through here all the time or whatever. So he kick it. He like, oh no, this is crazy. So word get around that Robbie can see ghosts, right? So the warden is like being plagued by every ghost that he ever killed because he crazy in the head and he got this messed up reformatory. So he didn't kill like half of the boys that come into the reformatory, and nobody care about him. Nobody ask no questions. Nobody do nothing. They just let him kill little boys and then they just go on to the next thing. So he is literally, the warden is literally being haunted by these souls that he killed in the reformatory. So he like, oh, if Robbie can see them, I could find them. I could sprinkle this little hoodoo dust on there, make them go away, and trap them in my little hoodoo ghost bottle. So him and Robbie working together, trapping ghosts. But at the same time, they beating boys, they killing boys still. They still sending them to the fun house where they really, really beat them. And it's just getting worse and worse. So Gloria, the sister, on the other hand, is trying to find a way to get Robert, the little boy Robbie, out of the reformatory. They come up with a whole scheme, and that's when shit really get crazy. Now, I'm not finna really get into all the details and everything like that because I don't want to spoil it for nobody who wanna read it on their own. But after they really come up with the scheme, it really show you how crazy the system really is and what they will do just because you black like this. I gave this book 5 stars out of 5 stars because it just had me on the edge of my seat. I was really stressed out the entire story. From the time I started to the end of the book, I had cried tears. I had laughs. I was shocked. I didn't know who was a ghost and who wasn't a ghost by the end of the damn book. Anyway, it was just a crazy book and it was just so good. So if you like Sinners and you like the idea of ghosts and like, you know, a little bit of racism on the side, this is definitely the book for you. The narrator, she was getting down. She read that book so good. She was getting caught up in the characters. I couldn't tell, like, you know, they get real good with it where you don't even know if it's a male voice or a female voice, but it's been the same voice the whole time. So she really had me caught up in the book. I loved the book. I finished it within 3 days. I think it was, let me see how long it was. It is a 20-hour book, but I didn't feel like it was 20 hours at all. So get into this book. The thrill was off the chain, and that is all on the Reformatory by Tananarive Due. Next week, we will be discussing The Matriarch by Tina Knowles. Join us next week on Sheeta's Narrated Nights.